Hi, and thank you for joining me for today's Lake Take. There are voices all around us, constantly speaking into our lives. We read them on social media, we hear them in TV shows or movies, even from our friends or family. It seems like there's always people telling us what's good, what's bad, what we should do, and what we should avoid. So how do we know who to follow? Are the voices with the most followers the most trustworthy? Or should we do what feels right at times and just ignore everyone else? Sometimes it can feel overwhelming hearing so many different voices saying so many different things. Thankfully, there's a constant one out there, one that never changes. God's voice. God's is the one voice worth listening to above all others because it's reliable and trustworthy. Best of all, God knows each of us so deeply that He knows what's best for us because He knows what's ahead of us and He's wanting to share that with us. Even if we do listen to God's voice, it's not a guarantee that those other voices will go away. In fact, it seems like those other voices get louder the closer we get to God, trying to steer us away from God's best for us. And that's why it's important that we try to draw even closer to God on a daily basis by doing two things: reading our Bible more consistently and abiding in Him. If we do those two things, it will help God's voice become clearer and more identifiable, which ultimately helps it not to get drowned out by all that other noise. Following God's voice is always the best choice because it's unchanging. God loves us, always. And God's voice is the one that's always telling the truth, not just telling us what we want to hear. Listening closer to God's voice isn't always the easiest thing to do. In fact, there might be times when it makes you stand out. But I guarantee you, in the end, it's worth it because you're listening to the voice of the one who never changes. God is prepared to talk to you. Are you ready to listen?